get ready to add navigation controller, and I'm almost ready to give it to you here. I'll go ahead and add in the, excuse me, I'm going to add in the view controller here as well. That's one other object in here. And I think that was called main view controller for that one. This is going to be the main page. And excuse me, on this one, we've got to select the class, but we're also going to make this one the main view controller. And I believe add a button to that one. Board. This one. I'll leave it right there, and we'll. You guys can add these in. So. All right, here we go. Make sure you have that Go airdrop opened up for me. Drop these in. Should be getting a prompt from me. Make sure you have Go airdrop, and you've selected allow me to be discovered by everyone. And then it should get it, and then drop it down, save it to your downloads or something, wherever it saves it. Open it up, and open up, when you get to the folder, open up the file, double click on the myvideoapp.xcode proj, and that'll open it up into Xcode. If you didn't get it, raise your hand. I'll make sure I got yours turned on right on your end. Did everybody get theirs? All right. As soon as you open it up, I want you to go to the main storyboard, and we're going to go to the video table viewer. We're actually going to start on number 9 on the handout. Where we're going to add 2 bar button items to the table view controller. I didn't add those. So right here, where I'm highlighted on the overhead, we're going to add 2 bar button items to the left and right of the word video. And that's on the table view. The left one's going to be lesser than symbol, space back. And the right one is going to be the system item custom. We're going to change it to add. The right one. Just system item custom. Change it to add. It'll be that little plus symbol. Everybody got that? Now we're going to do it with this plus button. We're going to click and drag it to the view controller here. Control click drag the plus button to the view controller, like I am on the overhead. And when I release it, I'm going to select present modally. So this bar button item, you should have selected change it to system item add, and then control click drag it over to the view controller and selected show present modally. Okay. Once you've done that, I want you to click right here where my mouse is on the overhead, which is a prototype cell. Right here where my mouse is hovering. And on the right side, we're going to select Style Custom and select Write Detail. And where it says identifier, you need to type in the word cell with a cap C. Then you're going to control click drag, actually right where the word detail is here, control click drag it to the view controller. And again, select present modally. And what we need to do now is, if you look on the overhead, once you've done that, you should have two segues in between that table view and the view controller. You want to select the segue that highlights the detail one, all right? Once you select that, the identifier for that one, you're going to put in here is, a second here. Video, lowercase. So where it says identifier, video, lowercase, what we want to put in there. And we're going to need that for the segue. The top one, we don't need anything on identifier. The bottom one we do for detail. It needs to be video. All right. Now the only thing we need to bind on this one and make it an action is a back button. And that is on E, letter E above number 10 there, where it says bind back button on its action, and name it BTN back. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the back button, go to my assistant editor icon, and come in here, and I'm going to put it at the top of the code here. I'm going to click and drag back into there, make it an action. Type UI bar button, BTN back. Okay, we already added number 9 or 10, 11, 12, 13. I already did that for you. And basically on that was on number 13 was this one right here. I did this, added this new view controller, put a button in there, and did a segue over to the navigation controller. And make sure you've selected this on your Xcode to show standard editor. Okay. The segue in between the table view and your view controller. Click on the segue until you the two segues you should have. Click on the segue that highlights detail, and then put video up here in the identifier. Oh, this one here. This one here. This back button. You're adding code for that one. Yeah, you need to do. Did you already put it in the code?
No.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, we need to add it to the code, BTN back action into the video table view controller code. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Make sure it's an action and BTN back, and make sure the type is UI button. Yep. What now? That's all you got to do that one right now. Yep. Yep. That one's already done. Did all that. So yeah, I finished up where we left off when the computers went down. Plus I added the this view here, which was the main view. I also added the main view controller and the video table view controller. So let's make sure everybody's on the show assistant editor icon. You're on main.storyboard. Now we need to do number 14. And so for number 14, you'll need the handout that had the XML version on it, which is towards the end of your handout. It had on there the XML version 1.0. In fact, it looks like this right here. If I can bring it up on the overhead, looks like this right here. The handout that looks like this is what you need to go to. Go and go to that right now. Yep. Okay, change it from custom to write detail. And then you need to click and drag detail, control click it over here. Go and do that. And release it. Let go of the control button. Okay, now control click drag. Release it. Show, present modally. Okay, click on the bottom one, then the top one. If that's the one you want, and then type video there where it says identifier. That's lowercase video. And then click on your back button, then go to the assistant editor. You ever do that? All right, cool. Then you're where we're at right now, which is you need to go over here to right click on the info.plist. Right click on the info.plist on a Mac. Remember to right click, it's control click. So hit the control button on the Mac and click on info.plist. You go to open as source code. I'll leave it up there on the overhead. So control click on info.plist, open as, and then source code. Now what you'll do is on your handout, where I've highlighted on your handout is exactly what you're going to type in. And it's above, you'll notice it's below the word true on line 22 and above the key UI launch storyboard name. So if you look on the overhead right here, where I have on the overhead, where I put that space is where it's going to be. All right, and I have it highlighted exactly what you need to type in. So you need to type that in to your info.plist. Once you get through, it should look like mine on the overhead. What's on the overhead? How's everybody doing? Still working on typing that in? No? All right. Let's go on. I think we're almost ready for the code if we're not there already. Hang on. So let's see. We did the info.p list. Yep, we're ready for code. So what you want to do is on line number 15 and 16, you're basically typing code in from your handout verbatim. So we've already went over the code that you're typing in. Now, granted, you're not going to have to type in your outlets and actions. You've already done that. But I did put comments in your code to tell you exactly what you're supposed to type in. And so if you look on the overhead, then I'll let you go at it. I know some of you have already started. So real quickly, just to help you a little bit. So like number 1, comment imports, you have to put all these in. Number 2, comment, adding the UI image picker controller and UI navigator. You got to do that. Number 2A, so add in the variables. 3, the outlets you've already done. You don't need to add those back in. The actions, you won't need to add in, but you will need to add the code for the actions. Okay? So where it says code for FUNC for func, you need to add all the code for each one of the functions, each one of the action buttons. So for 4, 5, 6, code for function play is 6. Number 7, code for function record. That one you'll have to type the entire function in because it's a new function. Number 8, the BTN record's already there. You just have to type the code in for it. And when I mean type in the code, on a function when you create it, you'll notice it has on a button function a left bracket, a right bracket. So you're already going to type in the code here that's needed. All right. View did load is already there. You just need to type in on number 9 where it says the number 9 code to check if record is selected. So type in that code, starting with number 153 to 176, actually to 178, has all of that. Number 10, this function here you'll have to type in. Number 11, the image picker. For number 11 all the way down, you'll have to type in everything, which is the image picker, the movie player, the video editor, yada, yada. Okay? So if you need help, let me know. But as you're typing in your code, if you do see errors, make sure you've typed in exactly what I've had you type in. Otherwise, if you do see an error, it could be that you've not yet typed in something else in another place yet. So don't worry about it. Only be concerned with errors after you're completely typed in all the code. For the view controller, for the video view controller, once you've typed it in for those 2 pages or those 2 pages of code, the Swift pages, if you have error after that, then we'll need to look at it. Again, your errors more likely are going to be just syntax though, something you forgot typing wise. When you get ready to test yours on a device, let me know. I think I decided to come around to your computers first time you send it to me, and I'll just log in as me from your Xcode account, from your Xcode environment, and I'll have you connect your device to your Mac there. I think that we'll do it that way. I got a couple extra cords, by the way, too. Did anybody bring their cord too, by the way, for the iOS? Anybody have their cord with you? Okay, so I got some extras. Whoever's first, let me know. Raise your hand or whatever, and I'll come and get you connected. You're doing good on time, so you're fine. Yeah, you see little red dots or red circles, more likely you've misspelled a variable clear at the top, but I would just keep typing. You'll fix that as you get done at the very bottom of each page. Yeah, you need to add in the commas and then use just like this here after that comma. Nope. I think we got last one. You like such as the IntelliSense you'll see as you start typing, especially the long ones, you can just click on it with your mouse and it'll eventually. And that'll get rid of a lot of there. So it's true. A lot of space. So I just keep typing along. And just so you know, I'll let you go about 11:15, 10:50 right now. Wherever you're at 11:15, this link here on the tutorial, my video app link. You take a break for just a minute, I'll help you out a little bit. So if you look on the overhead on the week 4 app link, there's a link to the source control that I just uploaded for the in class. Anyway, say it's 11:15, you still have like, I don't know, 50 lines of code left to do. You can go into this link here and go to the actual file that you're working on. Let's say you're on the video table controller, and you can go to the raw button and copy all this code and bring it in that way if you want. Same thing with the view controller. I would try to fix it yourself to see if you can fix it. More than likely, as I'm walking around, a lot of it has to do with when I see errors, a lot of it has to do now with naming convention. So like an example is if you name a variable wrong, like misspell it or whatever, you're gonna have errors all the way down. Usually a little red button or something saying not declared or something like that. So this is here for you, and I'll give you time about 11:15. And you can go in here and get the code for both the video table view controller and the view controller. Those are only 2 files that you're coding today anyway. You've already done the info.p list. Make sense? So keep coding, do as much as you can. Go to 11:15, then I'll go around and we'll get the code in there that you need to get in, and we'll compile it to your device starting at 11:15. So it's good practice to type it in. You actually get to see what you're typing in and it's very syntax oriented for sure, like most languages are. Swift isn't any different. And it's good practice to also see that IntelliSense work, like when you're typing in a long method name, it'll pop up and tell you what it thinks it is, and you can click on it and not to type the whole thing in. So things like that will help you this morning understand a little bit better.
Technology has come a long way since the 80s. process in the 21st century, and getting more faster and smarter and radically transparent. Get a better one, cheaper, not everyone else gets it. Zero by South Times, everyone's like, zero by
Yeah, guys. Getting towards the end of the view controller, we're doing pretty good. Always on the top. Oh, you've not finished the hand. Go on down to the next page. Yeah, I get this up to the catch that. Yeah, start the most top of it. Right. Yeah. We're going to table view. Yeah, the table view, some of the stuff we're going to keep in, some of it's going to come out, depending on what else you do. Yeah, view did load, was it already in there? And you typed it again, you said? Yeah, you don't need to. Not if it's already in there. Yeah, you didn't. A lot of these might be duplicates. So scroll up a little higher. So like these here, you looks like you duplicated these down below, like especially those two. The will appear one, there might be misspelling on that one maybe. Override function will appear. If you click on that icon up there, the circle, it's the circle itself. Override the function. Dash right there. That one might be. Did you type that one in again or no? Yeah, get rid of the one you typed in. The top one, leave the bottom one, get rid of the one you typed in. You did. Get rid of that. down. These here, that's the syntax issue. That line here on what context equals. Attribute context. That's the end of the line. And then context. That one, we should get rid of that one because it's below. It's already below. You type it in. Catch letter one is S here. It's assembly on the line. Okay, let's do this wherever you're at. You guys done great, by the way. I know we got some errors and you're correcting them as you go. But here's what you learned, hopefully. Couple things. Swift is a very syntax-oriented language, right? Number two, when you're typing in code, the IntelliSense will remember and help you, especially when you get to the long method names. As long as you start typing a few characters, it'll remember those for you and help you type the rest of it in. So let's do this because the pizza guy's here, it looks like. He's walking way back in. It's over here, in here. There you go. Yeah. You go and come on over here, you're fine. Right here. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. You too. So here's, let's do this to speed things up so we can get these on your devices. If you'll go to week 4 tutorial, there is a link with the completed tutorial. If you click on that link, it'll take you to GitHub. And then just to be safe, what I would do for time's sake is view controller and the video table view controller. Those two are the two files you want to get data from. So when you open up, like I got video, the view controller one, go to the raw tab or the raw button. You can do a copy here, Command A, Command C, go to your Swift file and do a Command A, Command C in here, or Command A, Command V to replace everything, and do the same with your video table view controller. If you have errors after you've done those two, it's going to be a naming error on the objects, which you shouldn't have. But if you do, I'll come around and help you. Okay, so let's do that on both to make sure you've got the correct code for both the viewcontroller.swift and the video table viewcontroller.swift. Let's do that. And you just copy and paste the code. And if you use the raw button on both in GitHub, it's an easier place, easier way to, easier view to copy that code that way. And a Mac Command A will select everything. Command C will copy. And then coming over to Xcode, Command A will select everything. Command V, just make sure you're pasting it in the right files. One of the last things to do once you've pasted your code is you need, remember, in main storyboard, you're going to have to, on the main, this one here, the main page, and also the view page, you're going to have to do the editor resolve auto layout issues. Reset to suggested constraints on both pages, the first and last page, before you compile and run it. And make sure and compile and run it. It should be, I believe, on 7S or something, I think, on your guys' compiler. Once it compiles successfully, you won't be able to record because you can try, and when you try to record on simulator, it'll tell you can't do it. And then as soon as that's successful, I'll come around and start porting your app to your device. And while I'm porting apps to whoever I start with, I'll need you to sit with me, but everybody else can come up and get pizza while we're porting the apps to everybody's devices. And then we'll end up going over the take home again at the end, and some last minute helps to help you out in developing before I let you go. Just let me know when it's compiled successfully, and I'll come around and start the porting. I do have a couple extra chords I gave you. If you need help on errors, I can help you out with errors. You just do a Command A inside there. Command A if you go to the top. Leave it all just like it is. Yep, just like it is. You do it both with the view controller and the table on both. So you do a Command R, compile it to see if it runs okay without error. So far. You have your iOS device, you can go ahead and plug it in to get it connected. And there's a USB port here on the keyboard. Plug this USB in, and then here's the end from the phone. You use your port, and there is a USB on that side of the keyboard. Plug the iPad into that. And I'll let you use this when you're ready. USB on the left side of your keyboard, and here's the one for the iPhone. Get that real quick. You did a copy and paste of this one too, right? Yes. Let's see. Oh, it looks like, for whatever reason, this comment got taken. It's a comment for that. Sort of application you're on. Application for navigation, I should have done comment. On the simulator app, you can test it all the way through the plus. You're just not going to be able to record a video or save anything. You can test that much until I get around to it here. Pizza's already up here on the table, plates and napkins. So if I'm not with everybody but you, go ahead and start with pizza if you want. And you might do a product clean, product build on your code before I come around. It will help clean up any old code and initially new code. Product clean, product build in the Xcode menu. Sometimes you're going to error on old resident code. So that's good. So now we've got your phone plugged in right. I wouldn't have you man that for me because you might go out to put in your passcode and some other things here in a second. It's me. You've not accepted the developer. No. Okay, cool. But you do have an iCloud account, right? Okay, we can use that. We can use that. All right, so in a second, I can unlock it. We'll ask you in a second to trust. So yes. You can go full chair. What we'll have to do is I'm going to have you in just a second. We'll have you log in as your account. So your iCloud account is 6.
I already have trust.
What?
Yeah. I trust.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Right now what it's doing is it's processing, it's processing all your iPhone files and putting it in Xcode to be able to do it. And this takes a while. So while yours is starting out, I can start some. Who else did I get to? There. All right, so trusted. And do me a favor. I'll go ahead and stop your Xcode. The processing symbols takes a while. So it's repetitive. So let's stop the development. And then select your phone. Set the single iPhone 7 Plus. Let's select yours. Yeah, if you want to go you just get some pieces you can, it's going to take a while. 4 or 5 minutes. Go and grab your phone. Good. It's processing right now. It will try maybe trust it on your end a little bit. It's just a real quick pop up that will eventually come up. Did you already get yes or something? If you did, I won't ask you again. And this process here takes a little bit. So let it do that. The processing symbols, yeah, let yours do that too. Connected, right? Go ahead and go to iPhone 7 Plus. Select that now. Version lower, okay, what version? Okay, so go to Xcode, and go to the home, my contacts. all of them out. Very nice. Let's change the version. Point at target. At where you're at there. That looks like With my prompt on the device to trust the Mac. This is something all the symbols are indexing. That's what you want. So just got to keep an eye on that iPad. See if it has a trust prompt. As soon as the symbols are processed all the way, pages will be first, and then be second, and then be third. Two more outside of that. Yeah, it gets processed started. Pizza, new pizzas, new hand. Hand side, is it pretty good? That's a huge machine. Done? Cool. All right, I'm going to take my chair around you. I'll let you sit and stay where you're at. I'll let you drive. I'll just take what's going on. All right. So, go ahead and hit play. Yep, it's doing that. Go ahead and click on the red icon. Signing, yeah, that's normal. Back here in your home. Click on that. Click on my video app. Right. Down where it says bundle identifier, I want you to put COM dot and then your last name. And leave my video after that. So it'll be a COM dot your last name dot my video app. A COM. Yep, and then your last name dot my video app. Okay, and then click add account. And log in with your Apple ID. And that thing I'm showing you, by the way, is in that side loading app. Instructions. I'll show you guys how to use it. Just allow it. This code will come up in a second. You go ahead and do a command R again. Hit the team that says none and select person, your name. It'll create a certificate, revision it, now command R it again. Fill, not select on the iPhone. I'll show you in a second. It'll look like it's compiling it sent to the phone. What we're going to have to do on the iPhone side is go into general settings and give you as a developer rights to your phone to install this app. Go ahead and allow it always. So they're going to look normal. This, by the way, the way it's going to look anytime you're pushing out the phone. Studies installed to whether the device is your phone's device. And it's going to fail on this end in just a second. It looks like it's getting ready to install it. There it is. It could not load it. Okay, now read that right there. It says open settings on your phone, navigate to general device management, and select your certificate. Yeah. So here's open that. Trust it. Trust it again. And now you're good. Now go ahead and click OK. Run it, do a command R again. This time it should complete the install. It's running it now. Port plus unit test. Port button. Monitor, whatever, pulls up for a few seconds. Click OK. About to click OK and trust it. That's a multi-click list. Hit the red button. Let go. 5 seconds, and then we'll stop it. Again. Use it. Use that video. Top right, save. Go ahead and we're still connected. Go ahead and stop here. Go ahead and run it again on the network. Might skip the back to play button. So there it is on the app. Or something. It's to save or something. You see it pop up to be wants to save it. So, scroll to the top of that here. Yeah, the NS photo library user description must contain, I thought we had that in there. To the very top. Yeah, so for whatever reason, might have bypassed that. Yeah, so hit stop. Tap and hold that app to get rid of it. Now reinstall it. This time, make sure you should have 3 prompts. I believe 3 OKs. Command R. So you should have 3 OKs. I believe. One for the camera, one for the sound, and the save. Yeah, do the same. Yep. Yep. Yeah. All right, we'll just pay attention this time to the prompts. Good one to the iPhone. Yeah, so okay there. Okay there. Record. Tap the red button. 5 5 seconds. And then you should get another one here after you're through. When you say use, it should say another prompt to save to your phone. And then use. Okay, go ahead and stop. It's going to be this file here. Control click on info.plist. You go to open as source code. Scroll down to those areas where you have it. And then stuff higher. And this camera, right? And this microphone, and this little library usage description. This little library usage description key. We explain it to you, right? Usage description. You can select video too. Let's go to product. Clean. Let's get rid of that. So if you can select videos. After videos, seems that you can select videos. Period. Yeah, almost. All right, now let's go to this to save it. Lock that. What I'm going to do here real quick is just to see settings. Did you install the one for the class test one? I'm on the website. You can install that. Got rid of the phone. Let's go ahead and compile them. Yep. Stop. Install library user description. I like that install library user description. Command C. Let's stop the app. Go back here to the list to see where we have it. Install library user description. Try further. Let's change the text to maybe something different instead of just like video. You can save it. Let's try product clean, product build. Stop. Okay. Go ahead and run it again. Come on. So squeeze it in. Yeah. Description. Description. Two season. Two season. Yeah, descriptions. Two season. Description. There we go. That's better. See now what privacy is. The spell one and two seasons. Everybody do this one on your info.p list. If you'll view the source of that info.p list, control click, open as source. And go to the line that says NS photo library usage description. This one, description was spelled wrong. The two season. If yours has that corrected, yours right? NS photo library usage description. No, it's at the top. NS camera usage description, NS microphone usage description, NS photo library usage description. Usage description. Okay, maybe it's just this one. All right, so go ahead and follow it again. Yeah, we better, I guess. Let's see. That's Now we should do this. Test, please. All right, cool. All right. Go. Give me my cord. Give your iOSBootCamp. Plug that in to the cord. All right. All right, one down. All right. All right, so you got yours connected. You're good to go there. Let's go ahead and do the command. Let's do this before we get the command. Here, all we need to do is rename this to COM dot your last name, and then add account. And on the teams, like that. Not really so much. Like your personal affairs. Also do a product, maybe. Select your phone, very selected. Select some already. Sure, it's on the lock. Until I go to the settings. 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 And then go ahead and do command log. Launch trust and all that. How compatible with Chrome, you have to trust your developer account. So say, okay. Go ahead and scroll down and you'll see whenever you're like last name. There. So, yeah. Go ahead and trust. And then that home button. On your phone. Yeah. Go through or plus symbol. And then you should be able to prompt. So, but, there, red button for about 5 seconds. Screen or something. Again, so use video, pop light. Yes, okay. Save. Tap that and play to once on test. Okay. So it's not right. Swipe left here. You recompile it. That's it. Just I want to record. Yeah, I don't know what. Okay. I'll give this to you. Put you down. All right. So your phone's connected. Your laptop's connected, right? All right. And, oh, yeah, change it. Fun stuff. All right. So. And it's, so I say we gotta do that. Let that make sure. I just want to make sure you do it. You'll go to the steps inside. Okay. Stop it. It's not gonna hurt. Sure. This will good. Yeah, I think you do that. Go for it. Okay. You are connected. Xcode is up. Let's do this. You can see the mouse real quick. I just want to make sure everything's good. right here, you're going to put place of edu.rockvalleycollege, put com dot, and then your last name. Dot. Okay, good. And should have done it right. Here you're going to add in, you're going to log in with your Apple ID password. Okay, so if you do me a favor, if you get him started over there on that side of the expedite sometime, then you might need help as you go on, but at least you know, we've done enough on yours where you probably help get done. He's already got the cord plugged in his phone, so he's good to go. All right, so then go ahead and let's click the X button here. And team, you're going to select the drop down, your name. And let's rename Radford. Let's put an S on the end. Yeah. And hit tab away. Like hit your cursor. Go ahead and say try again. Oh, you got to hit your device. I'm sorry. Select your device. Start in the left corner. iPhone 7 Plus. You need to select your phone. Versus iPhone, the simulator. Select your phone at the very top. It's scroll at the very top. The phone will be at the very top of it. There you go. Make sure your phone's unlocked. Good. Now go ahead and do a Command R. Once it lets you, still index it looks like. This can take a little bit. You've been connected already, right? For a little bit. All right, so what you do. All right, so let's do Command R. And go to the settings on your phone. You go there in general. You go there and hit always allow. All right, click OK. And then on your phone, scroll down to the management section. It says something manage. Yeah, that's me. Tap your email. Trust, yep. And trust again. Tap the home button of your iPhone. And then do Command R again in this area. It should be installed on your phone. You're going to white splash screen. And it should go to the record button in a second. Go tap record. Tap the plus button. Test for the name. Yep. And then OK, OK. Hit the red button, record. Is that a big download? That's how long? Does it say how big it is? Oh, it's restart. Oh, it is restart right? All right. That's okay. Go ahead and stop right again. Use video. I didn't think it was that big. Like, okay, there and save. Sure. Was this your code or the code that you copied and pasted this? Okay. So, something more from the site. It's on the main video. Something about the name. So it's in class. It's my last name. That's fine. You can make that the S name on this one. Her name here should be good. I can solve okay, possible test. Okay. 2 seconds. Use video. Save the test. Okay. All right, awesome. Good. All right, I'm going to disconnect the cord there. And, awesome, good job. We got one left here, then we'll be wrap it up here with the final assignment stuff. Okay, so what you're going to do is select your lights. Let's all the way to the very top. Wrong. Once you've selected it, it'll connect for it, right? So should take it over here. All right, great. Now what you'll do is go to the settings in general. Settings general, then go to Command R. And on it today, use here in a second, you'll start. What might be the song? So use the settings. scroll down to the developer version, so it's last name, add your email, trust it, again, then tap the home button on your phone. Okay, prompt there, play again. This time it should install to your phone, start running automatically. As soon as it lets you, the splash screen will show up. Test. Test there. Finished. Some video. Save. Test. Oh, you must have code. That's something. Stop. Swift. Load. Load section. So right here, so different modules. So right here, you have to, on the report, is that should be true. That's like VTM play. Okay. So what we're going to do is go to video control. So it looks like it's going to be this section. So it means you go to the video table control. Let's make it let's just get all. So try to figure out what's wrong. Stop it. So, see. And A and C. Same table. All. And A, C. So, Go back in here and select there we go. Now, select go ahead and try again. Oh, my phone number. Put it last name. So, all right, so go ahead and press. All right, now we'll have to go look at it. All right, great. Good job. Thanks for everybody's patience. That is part of being a developer, by the way. It's a lot of patience like that. So, all right. So again, the steps we just went through on the home page of our course is the side loading apps device. You want to do it later, get home, whatever, come back later this week, you can do it. And it goes through the very same steps we just went through. And by the way, if you like do it multiple times on different Macs and you want to port it as a different name, you would have to change that com dot name to something else each time. So like I generally just put like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after my name if you need to, just for naming sake. Okay, so everybody got the video app. The assignment for this week is to take what you've completed on your phone or iPad and add to it splash screen, like I showed you at the first of class. And the splash screen, remember, is this right here, the launch screen, which we didn't play with in the in-class, but you put an image there. Once you put an image there, right now it shows up as just a white screen. Update that. And if you go through the Make App and Icons, there is an image I use actually on that one. I'll show you. It's this one right here. I think I have it in the iOS course. It's the find it in here. I always use the 2 times one here. This 83 2 times is a pretty good size image. Or let me see here what else. Oh, no, the iTunes artwork. The iTunes artwork, when you create those icons, the makeappicon.com website, it'll send you an image that's this one right here of whatever image you've sent them, which is this size. It's perfect size, by the way, for that splash screen and for the home screen both. So again, the image I use is the one they will send you, and it's always called iTunes artwork at 2times.png. But just follow the steps in the making app icons and images. You'll be fine there. Also adding to the main screen, and that is this screen here, which right now we just have a button. But the one that I did for the in-class that I showed you earlier actually has the button up here. I added a title, navigation, put a button here, and just put the image in the middle. That's all I did. So I put the record button here in that title bar versus having it here. And you don't have to do it that way. That's just how I did it. And then, so the main view, the splash screen, the icons. Once you're finished with that, submit your in-class that you did today. Add to that, submit it to GitHub, and submit it by Wednesday at 11:59, and so I can have time to grade them, and then I'll have everyone's grade in for the 4 weeks in by Friday, okay, for the course. If you do have an iPad you borrowed, keep it for a couple weeks. If you need it more, let me know. There's no hurry to get it back. Keep playing with it if you want to, and developing apps is fine. Also, if you can't afford a Mac Mini, but you want to keep developing at home, and you have a good laptop with a Windows OS, and I would say within the last couple of years, your laptop, no older than that really, I can install VMware and install the newest version of Mac OS on VMware that includes Xcode already in the image, but you would have to come to campus so I could dump it on your computer, and that takes about an hour roughly to do. The main part of that time is dumping that 65, 70 gig image to your laptop. That's about the bulk of it. Once that's done, it literally only takes about 10 or 15 minutes to get up and going. Then literally, if you've never used virtual operating system. VMware basically is a software that allows you to install other operating systems on top of your existing operating system. So Windows would be running, you would click on Mac OS in VMware and run full version of Sierra with Xcode on your computer. So that's an option. Let me know if you want to do that. But to keep learning, I would say go over what we've done past the time you submit this week. Keep going over these tutorials. Everybody has access to our iOS course, which goes over weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each one of them, including this week, tells you what to do, shows you what it looks like, shows you where the instructions are at, gives you the original source code to start with. And then on the challenge, I think that's on your handout. If you wanted to do the app icon landing page, that one is in your handout, that website. And it looks like, if I can bring this one up. There's an example of what this week's looks like. Literally, I did just use the screenshots, and I did not show you, and I'll show you here as we end. In the simulator, when you're running an app in the simulator, the file menu, save screenshot is what I was talking about earlier. And when you do the file menu, save screenshot, I'll show you in a second where it saves these to. So I go to my desktop of my Mac. Put them all right here. So here's the, and it should name them in succession by time and stamp. But here's all the screenshots that were just created here with that screenshot tool. And on your phone or iPad, it's the home button and then this power button, if you didn't know already. And when you do that, it splashes the screen like that. It splashes like that. And it puts it in your photos on your phone. Okay. And you can connect that or save it or send it to your email or whatever. And then the way that website works is you just upload the images and it creates a nice little landing page for your app. It's pretty simple to do. You don't have to have any web design experience. Just type in the information, you're good to go. Make sense? A lot of fun, and it's free, and I like that. And they even give you a download button when you create it to port this to any other website. What I do is on the Xcode or on the GitHub, when you create a new GitHub repo, I just put it in the root of that, and then that allows you to use that as the main page of that GitHub repo. Because I think the main index page is called index.html. And once you do that, it then gives you the access to port it in there. In fact, I'll show you. I'll log into this one real quick to show you that. Is what you have to do. Only thing you have to do on your GitHub is go to settings, and this is being recorded. Go to settings and scroll down to the GitHub pages menu, and I've got to select master branch, save it. Now it gives me a real URL I can give to anyone, and it gives me right now I have nothing in there, but this would be where that page would show up, is right here. Right now, if you don't have anything in there, you can add if I added like a README page in here, just a simple README page, that should show up now as the page for the site. There it is. So that's, if you don't have anything in there and you have a README page, at least that'll show up. But the thought is to put in what the website gives you to create that landing page, and you just basically paste all the code in there, which it gives you this file, these PNGs, this template folder, and I think this fave icon, and that's it. And since the index.html is in the root of my repo, when I click on that repo now, that's where it goes to. That's what it looks like when I send it to somebody. So nice little layout, look and feel for your app, I think. So again, it's just a challenge. You don't have to do that, but something that all developers generally do when they're creating, at the end anyway, when they're creating an app before they put it on the App Store, they kind of create like a landing page, what the app's about to show the users. But anyway, you guys have been a great class. I know it's a lot of information. Again, just rehashing it over and over again. Practice, practice, practice. Another tip I'll give you is, I know everybody has an app idea that you want to create. Use what you've learned in here the last 4 weeks. All the components you've learned, you can probably pull all of the stuff you've learned and piecemeal what you need into your app to begin developing it. And the reason I say that is, the sooner you start that, the better, because the longer you wait to do that, the longer you probably won't do it. So if you do it now while you've got it fresh in your mind, have an app idea, just something simple, start with app, and you can go all the way to porting it on your devices, your family devices, like side loading. But even go into the next level, which is publishing into the App Store. I do have a prefab tutorial I put together, PDF of how to do that. It's not real hard to do, but I always recommend for new developers, when you develop your first app, for that app to be a free app, just for testing, to get it out there. And but you don't have to, get the developer license at first. I tell most new developers, give yourself a good 6 months to a year. Do you know what idea you have? You've already started developing it. You've already started testing it. Then you can pay the $100 to Apple and then publish it to the App Store, because it re-ups every year. So there's no sense in spending $100 now and say it's not going to be ready for, let's say, 6 months, 8 months, a year, whatever. You've wasted a year, $100 basically. So right when you get ready to publish it, that's when you want to buy your Apple developer license for $99. The whole process takes about a week to publish it, done. It's real simple to do. As far as the initial process to set it up and to put it out there, it takes about an hour to publish it to the App Store. It takes them about a week to verify it, because there's some things you have to watch for, like your name of your app has to be available, can't conflict with other names. The logo has to be unique to your app. It can't mimic or mock other apps out there. Either one, they don't like that. So a couple things like that. There's a whole bunch of little bitty stuff you got to watch for, but that's the main ones. But you guys have been a great class. Hope you learned some things in iOS. I know it's a lot of information, but I got a couple, I believe. I know Jesus is going to help me with the project here, hopefully this rest of the summer, and I'll load him down with some more stuff. If you do want to be a part of developing other apps, say you don't have an idea for an app, but you want to help out and learn, we do have a couple RVC apps in the process that we're working on that we have not yet started. It's just an idea right now. Love to have you help me. I'll give you stuff to do and show you how to do it, and then just say, here, go for it and do it. And that way, even if you don't have a Mac, you can do it here in this lab over the summer. So if you are interested, I've got a couple developers already wanting to help. So you're a perfect prime candidate right now, I think. So, and we're probably going to be starting that because the president's on that committee, the RVC president. We're probably going to be starting that in a couple weeks. He's on vacation right now. So it won't be like starting Monday. It'll be like starting in a couple weeks. We'll start that project up, get our first meeting. Most of the meetings we'll have over the summer for those projects will be virtual, either by phone conference or webinar type connection. So you won't have to come on campus for the meetings. It'll just be like, you do it at home. Here's what you need to do the next week, next couple of weeks type stuff. And you just get it done when you can do it. And so find what time works best for you and you know, not a lot of hours you have to put into it. So make sense? All right, well, you guys been a great class. Thanks for devouring all the pizza. There's still a couple pieces left, by the way. And so before you leave, if you didn't get the map kit one, there's a few copies up here, still up here. If you weren't here that week for the map kit, which was the week before last, I got some copies up there. Take any pizza that's left. If you have any questions about anything, come and see me. Otherwise, see you around campus. Have a great summer. Yeah. Yeah, be right there.